Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you decide to do with what happens to you. It's not the events of our lives that shape us, but the meaning we attach to those events and the actions we take as a result. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to decide. You have the power to rewrite your story. Let's get real. How many times have you told yourself, I can't do this, or this isn't for me, or even worse, I'm not enough? These thoughts, these beliefs are nothing more than chains holding you back. And here's the kicker. You put those chains on yourself. No one else? The good news? You have the key? Here. That's the monster lurking in the shadows, keeping us from stepping into our greatness. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But let me ask you something. When did fear ever serve you? Fear isn't there to stop you. It's there to wake you up. It's a signal. It's telling you this is where you need to grow. This is where you need to step up. And growth, let me tell you, is never comfortable. It's messy, it's painful, and it's absolutely necessary. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall flat on your face, but guess what? Every time you fall, you're falling forward. You're learning. You're building resilience. You're becoming unstoppable. Now, let's talk about hunger. Not the kind that food satisfies, but the hunger for more life, more impact, more meaning. That hunger is the fire inside you, and it's what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. When you're hungry, you find a way. You make the impossible possible. You don't just want things to happen, you demand it. But here's the catch. You can't just want success, you've got to condition yourself for it. Just like you can't go to the gym once and expect to be fit. You can't just hope for a better life without working for it. You've got to train your mind, your emotions, your actions every single day, because the stronger you are on the inside, the more you can handle what's outside. And remember this, people will doubt you, they'll criticize you, they'll tell you it can't be done. And when they do, smile. Because their doubt isn't about you, it's about them. It's their fears, their limitations, their inability to see what you're capable of. So don't take it personally, use it as fuel. Prove them wrong, not out of spite, but out of love for what you know you can achieve. So what are you waiting for? Life is happening right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right here, right now. Take that first step. Say yes to your dreams, yes to your potential, yes to the life you know deep down you're meant to live. Because the truth is, you've got everything you need inside you already. It's time to unlock it. Life happens for you, not to you. This idea is a game changer. It's the lens through which you can completely transform the way you experience challenges and setbacks in your life. Most people look at tough situations and think, why is this happening to me? They feel like life is unfair, like the universe is against them. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if you started seeing every challenge, every hardship as something that is happening for your growth? Imagine you're going through a tough time. Perhaps you face failure, rejection, or even loss. The typical response is to feel victimized, helpless, and overwhelmed. But what if you asked yourself, what is this teaching me? What strength is being built here? What's the lesson that's going to make me stronger on the other side of this? Every single hardship we face has the potential to shape us into better versions of ourselves. Life will throw things your way, some you'll expect, and others will come out of nowhere. But instead of seeing them as obstacles, choose to view them as opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become more resilient. This shift in mindset is powerful because it puts you in control. You're no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. You are the one who chooses how to interpret and respond to what's happening around you. You choose whether a setback becomes a stepping stone or an excuse for giving up. When you embrace this mindset, you realize that you are the creator of your reality. Life isn't something that just happens to you. It is something that is happening for you to help you become the person you are meant to be. Every challenge is an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. And in the end, you'll see that the struggles you once thought were obstacles were actually the very things that propelled you toward your greatness. So remember, life isn't against you, it's for you. Everything that happens is an opportunity for your personal evolution. When you start seeing life through this lens, there's no challenge you can't face, no obstacle you can't overcome, and no dream that's out of reach. Your decisions shape your destiny, not your circumstances. Every single moment of your life is shaped by the decisions you make. Think about it, the place you are today, the relationships you have, your career, your financial situation, your health. These are all products of the choices you've made, both big and small. Now, many people fall into the trap of blaming their circumstances for where they are in life. They say, if only I had been born into a different situation, or if I had more resources, I could succeed. But the truth is, your decisions matter far more than your circumstances ever will. Circumstances are just that, circumstances. They're external, they're temporary, and they're often out of your control. But your decisions, those are entirely within your power. You might not be able to control where you were born, the challenges you face, or the setbacks you encounter. But you can absolutely control how you respond. And that is what ultimately determines the course of your life. Here's the thing, every decision you make is a step toward your future, whether it's a small decision about how you spend your time or a big decision about your career path. The quality of your decisions determines the quality of your life. So, if you want to change your future, start by changing the decisions you make today. Think about the most important moments of your life, whether it was choosing to take that job, deciding to start a relationship, or choosing to keep going when everyone else doubted you. Those decisions, whether consciously or unconsciously made, set the trajectory for where you are right now. Now, here's the exciting part, the power is in your hands. Every decision you make today can change the direction of your life tomorrow. Do you want to live a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment? Then start making decisions that align with that vision. Do you want to break free from your past, let go of old patterns, and create a new reality for yourself? It starts with the choices you make right now. Remember, it's not your circumstances that define you, it's the decisions you make about those circumstances that shape your destiny. You are not a product of your environment, you are a product of your choices. So take ownership, take control. You have the power to decide, and every decision is a step closer to the life you want to create. Fear is a call to action, not a stop sign. Let me ask you, when was the last time you felt fear? Maybe it was before speaking in public, before starting something new, or even before making a big decision. Fear is something we all experience, but most people see it as a barrier, something to be avoided. They see it as a signal to turn around, to play it safe, to stay in their comfort zone. But fear is not a stop sign, it's a call to action. Fear is simply your mind's way of saying something important is happening here, something worth paying attention to. It's a signal that you are stretching yourself, that you are about to break through to the next level of growth. Fear shows up when you're on the edge of stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that's exactly where the magic happens. What most people don't realize is that fear doesn't go away just because you avoid it. In fact, the more you avoid it, the stronger it becomes. The key is to face it head on and let it drive you forward. When you step into your fear, you build courage. When you confront your doubts, you gain confidence. The very thing you're afraid of is often the thing that will help you grow the most. Think about the most successful people in the world, whether it's athletes, entrepreneurs, or leaders. Do you think they've never felt fear? Of course they have. What sets them apart is that they don't let fear control them. They take it as a sign that they're on the right path, that they're pushing themselves to be better, to do better. So next time you feel that fear rising, don't retreat, don't play small. Instead, recognize it as a cue that you're about to take a giant leap forward. Fear is the universe's way of saying you're about to do something important. And you have a choice. You can let fear stop you, or you can use it to fuel your growth and drive you toward your goals. Remember, fear is not there to stop you. It's there to wake you up, to push you to step into your power, and to make you realize that the life you're dreaming of is just on the other side of it. Embrace your fear, take action, and watch how it transforms you into the person you were always meant to be. You said, every failure is a step toward success. Here's the truth, you need to embrace failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. In fact, without failure, there is no success. Every successful person you admire has faced countless failures. They've made mistakes, fallen down, and encountered setbacks along the way. But the difference between them and others is simple. They didn't let those failures define them. They let them refine them. Think about it. Every time you fail, you learn something. You discover what doesn't work. You discover what needs to be improved. And as long as you keep going, each failure brings you closer to your goal. It's like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Every strike of the chisel might seem like it's damaging the marble, but in reality, it's revealing the masterpiece within. Failure isn't something to fear or avoid. Failure is feedback. It's telling you what's not working so you can adjust and try again with more wisdom, more strategy, and more confidence. The people who fail and quit are the ones who see failure as the end of the road. But the people who rise up and keep going see failure as the fuel that powers their journey forward. Let's shift the way we think about failure. Instead of seeing it as a negative outcome, see it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of the process. The most successful people are the ones who are willing to fail over and over again to make mistakes and learn from them. Because failure is where growth happens. When you fail, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's simply a reflection of the fact that you're trying, you're stretching, and you're growing. And growth is what leads to mastery, to success, and to the fulfillment of your dreams. So when you face failure and don't let it hold you back, embrace it, learn from it, use it to fuel your next move. Because with every failure, you are one step closer to your success. You are one step closer to becoming the person you need to be to achieve everything you desire. Growth begins where comfort ends. Let's get real for a moment. Comfort is the enemy of progress. When everything in your life feels easy, familiar, and safe, it means you're not pushing yourself to grow. Growth happens when you step outside of what you already know, when you challenge yourself to do things you've never done before, when you face discomfort head on and push through it. I think about it. Have you ever grown stronger without breaking a sweat? Have you ever developed new skills without facing challenges or setbacks? No. Growth requires effort, and that effort often feels uncomfortable. Whether it's taking on a new project, learning a new skill, or even facing an emotional challenge, growth is never found in your comfort zone. It's only found when you're willing to do something that feels scary, difficult, or unfamiliar. Here's the truth: the moment you feel uncomfortable, that's the moment you're growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you're probably staying in the same place, doing the same things, and not really pushing yourself. That's fine if you want to stay where you are, but if you want more success, more impact, more fulfillment, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Think about the times in your life when you've experienced the most growth. They were probably the times when you had to take a risk, when you had to face a fear, or when you pushed through challenges you never thought you could overcome. And guess what? You came out stronger, wiser, and more capable on the other side. Now here's the good news: the more you embrace discomfort, the easier it gets. At first, stepping out of your comfort zone feels overwhelming. But with every step you take, with every challenge you face, you become more resilient. You start to realize that discomfort is just a sign that you're on the right track. It's a signal that you're growing, evolving, and moving closer to your true potential. So ask yourself this: what is one thing I can do today that pushes me out of my comfort zone? It doesn't have to be a huge leap, it could be a small step, but it has to stretch you. Because growth begins the moment you step into discomfort. And the more you do it, the more you'll see just how much you're capable of. Hunger is the fire that fuels greatness. Let's talk about hunger, not the kind you feel when your stomach's empty, but the kind that burns deep within you, that drives you to pursue your goals, to push beyond your limits, and to never settle for less than your best. Hunger is the force that separates those who achieve from those who merely dream. What does it mean to be truly hungry? It's about having an insatiable desire to improve, to grow, to become the best version of yourself. It's about waking up every day with a sense of purpose, with a clear vision of what you want to achieve, and a relentless determination to make it happen. Hunger isn't about being satisfied with where you are, it's about always striving for more. This hunger is what keeps you moving forward, even when things get tough. It's what pushes you to keep going when the odds are stacked against you. It's the fire that burns inside of you when the road is long, the challenges are many, and the rewards feel far away. Hunger fuels persistence. It keeps you hungry for success, hungry for growth, and hungry for the impact you know you're capable of making. People with hunger don't wait for opportunities to fall into their lap. They create their own opportunities. They see obstacles as stepping stones, not barriers. Hunger keeps you in motion. It keeps you learning, keeps you improving, keeps you innovating. It's the passion and the drive that refuses to settle for mediocrity. Ask yourself, what is it that I am truly hungry for? Is it success in your career? Is it the ability to help others? Is it a sense of freedom or fulfillment? Whatever it is, your hunger is the key to unlocking your potential. When you have a clear vision and a deep hunger to achieve it, nothing can stand in your way. You'll find a way no matter how difficult the path may seem. And here's the thing: hunger doesn't just come from external rewards, it comes from an internal drive to be the best version of yourself. When you are hungry for growth, the success that follows is not just about the destination, it's about the person you become along the way. So feed your hunger. Let it burn within you and fuel your journey toward greatness. With hunger in your heart, you'll never stop growing and you'll never stop achieving. You said, the meaning you give to events determines their power over you. Life doesn't just happen to you, it happens through you. It's not the events that shape you, it's the meaning you attach to those events that truly define who you are and how you experience life. Think about it, two people can go through the same event and one can emerge stronger, wiser, and more empowered while the other can feel defeated, angry, and hopeless. Why? Because they gave that event a different meaning. The key here is understanding that you have the power to choose the meaning of any situation. You can choose to see failure as a stepping stone toward success, or you can let it define you as someone who is not good enough. You can choose to see challenges as opportunities to grow, or you can let them discourage you from moving forward. Your interpretation of events is everything. Let's take an example. Imagine you lose your job. One person might see this as a disaster, a failure, something that ruins their life. But another person might see it as a blessing in disguise, an opportunity to explore new career paths, to reinvent themselves, and to pursue something they are truly passionate about. The event, the job loss, is the same, but the meaning they assign to it is entirely different. This is where your true power lies. You don't always have control over what happens to you, but you always have control over how you respond. And your response, your meaning, will determine whether you rise or fall, whether you succeed or fail. Think about the most challenging moments in your life. What meaning did you assign to them? Did you see them as an ending, or did you see them as a beginning? Did you allow those moments to break you, or did you let them shape you into a stronger, wiser person? When you change the meaning of a situation, you change your entire experience of it. You can take painful, difficult moments and use them as fuel for growth. You can turn every setback into a setup for a comeback. The power lies in your ability to reinterpret the events of your life. So next time something happens that seems like a setback or a challenge, ask yourself, what does this mean? How can I use this to my advantage? The meaning you give to this moment is what will determine your future. Choose wisely. Train your mind daily. It's your most powerful tool. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It shapes everything you experience, your emotions, your relationships, your health, your success. But here's the thing, just like any tool, if you don't maintain it, if you don't use it purposefully, it won't serve you the way it could. Training your mind is not optional, it's essential. I think about it, every thought you have creates a reality. If you're constantly thinking about problems, doubts, and fears, you're programming your mind to focus on those things. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions, possibilities, and opportunities, your reality will shift toward those things. The mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So if you repeatedly focus on positive, empowering thoughts, your brain starts to believe them. It starts to look for evidence that supports those thoughts and eventually becomes your truth. The key is to train your mind to automatically see the good, the opportunities, and the potential in every situation. Now, training your mind doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention, it requires practice, and it requires consistency. Just like physical fitness, mental fitness is a daily effort. If you want to build a stronger body, you don't just work out once and expect lasting results, you make it a daily habit. The same goes for your mind. You have to feed it with positive, empowering information. You have to practice gratitude, resilience, and mindfulness every single day. One powerful way to train your mind is through affirmations, simple, positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reinforce your beliefs and goals. Another powerful tool is visualization, imagining yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and becoming the person you want to be. This trains your mind to see those outcomes as possible, and it activates the mental pathways that will help you turn them into reality. But beyond affirmations and visualization, training your mind also means controlling your emotional state. Emotions are incredibly powerful. They can lift you up, or they can hold you back. If you allow negative emotions to dictate your behavior, you'll be at the mercy of your circumstances. But when you learn to master your emotions, when you learn to choose how you respond to challenges and setbacks, you unlock the full potential of your mind. Remember, your mind is your greatest ally. If you train it to think powerfully, positively, and purposefully, it will shape your life in ways you can't even imagine. Start today. Start right now. Feed your mind with the thoughts, beliefs, and actions that will empower you to create the life you desire. Train your mind, and it will transform your world. The stronger your internal world, the more you can handle the external. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and circumstances that are beyond our control. You can't always predict what will happen or when things will go wrong, but here's the truth: your internal world, the way you think, feel, and react, will determine how well you handle whatever comes your way. The external world is unpredictable. It will throw curveballs. People will disappoint you, circumstances will change, and challenges will arise. But if you are strong on the inside, if you've built emotional and mental resilience, nothing in the external world will be able to shake you. Think about it, some people go through the same challenges as others, yet they seem to handle it with grace, calm, and power, while others crumble under the same pressure. The difference? Their internal strength. This strength comes from having a solid foundation of beliefs, habits, and mindset. When you are grounded in your purpose, when you know who you are and where you're going, external challenges become less threatening. You can take them in stride because you have the mental clarity and emotional control to respond, not react. For example, think about how you handle stress. Do you let it overwhelm you, or do you have strategies for managing it? People with strong internal worlds have learned to control their emotions rather than letting their emotions control them. They understand that stress is a part of life, but it doesn't have to define them. They've built practices that help them stay centered, like meditation, journaling, exercise, or simply taking time to reflect and reset. Another key element of a strong internal world is your belief system. What you believe about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you shapes how you approach challenges. If you believe that you are capable, that you are resilient, and that challenges are opportunities to grow, then the external difficulties you face will never feel as overwhelming. You will approach them with confidence and a sense of control. When you strengthen your internal world, you build the emotional and mental resilience to not only survive life's challenges, but to thrive through them. You become less dependent on external circumstances to feel happy or secure. You create your own sense of peace, power, and purpose from within. So ask yourself, how strong is your internal world? How are you training your mind to be resilient, focused, and positive? When you strengthen your internal world, no matter what the world throws at you, you'll be able to handle it with grace, confidence, and strength. And that's when real transformation happens. The story you tell yourself becomes your reality. Every single day, you are telling yourself a story. You are narrating your life in your head, shaping the way you see the world, yourself, and your future. But here's the key: the story you tell yourself shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you're destined for failure, or that success is impossible for you, guess what? You're right. That will become your truth. But if you shift the narrative and start telling yourself a different story, one where you are powerful, capable, and worthy of success, then your reality will begin to reflect that. Your mind is a magnet. It attracts what you believe, think, and say about yourself. If you believe that challenges are just opportunities to grow, your mind will start to find solutions and ways to overcome them. If you believe that failure is just a stepping stone, you'll bounce back faster and stronger. But if you tell yourself a story of victimhood, of limitation, of I can't, you will create those very limitations in your life. This is why it's so important to become aware of the story you're telling yourself. Is it empowering? Is it one of possibility and resilience? Or is it holding you back, keeping you stuck in fear and doubt? Change your story and you change your life. The good news is you have the power to rewrite your story at any moment. You are the author of your life. If you don't like where you are, start telling a new story. Begin seeing yourself as someone who overcomes challenges, as someone who always finds a way to succeed, and as someone who deserves everything they dream of. Start with your self-talk. What do you say to yourself when you face obstacles? Do you encourage yourself, or do you allow negativity to take over? The language you use with yourself is incredibly powerful. Begin speaking to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love and admire. Speak with encouragement, belief, and positivity. Your story doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be powerful. It has to be one that moves you forward, not one that keeps you stuck in the past. Choose a story that empowers you and watch how it transforms your life. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your habits. Look closely at your habits. They are the blueprint of your life. Your habits are what determine your success, your health, your relationships, and your happiness. Think about it: the small actions you take every day, whether they're conscious or unconscious, shape your reality. If you want to change your life, you need to start by changing your habits. Habits are powerful because they are automatic. They're actions you don't have to think twice about. They're part of your daily routine. But here's the catch: if you don't consciously design your habits will design your life for you. Without intention, you'll fall into patterns that don't serve your goals or your vision for the future. The good news is you have the power to create new habits that support the life you want to live. Want to get healthier? Start by making small, consistent changes to your daily routine, whether it's exercising, eating more nutritious foods, or getting enough sleep. Want to be more productive? Develop habits like planning your day, breaking tasks into smaller steps, and staying focused on one thing at a time. I think of habits as the foundation of a house. The stronger and better your habits, the stronger your foundation will be, and the more successful you'll be in every area of your life. Even the most successful people attribute their success to the habits they've built over time. Consistency, discipline, and self-control are key to creating the habits that will move you closer to your dreams. But let's be clear, changing habits isn't easy, especially when you've been doing something a certain way for years. It takes time, patience, and commitment. But once you make those habits part of who you are, they become effortless and the results will speak for themselves. Start small. Pick one habit you want to change or create today. Whether it's waking up earlier, exercising more, or prioritizing your goals, start with one habit. Focus on it until it becomes automatic, then move on to the next one. Over time, these small shifts will compound and transform your life. The quality of your life will always be determined by the quality of your habits. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you need extraordinary habits. Start today. Build those habits and let them lead you toward the life you truly deserve. You are always one decision away from a completely different life. Every single moment, you are one decision away from changing everything. It doesn't matter where you are right now or what your circumstances look like. The power to transform your life lies in the decisions you make today. The decisions you make about your mindset, your actions, your relationships, and your goals, one decision can change the trajectory of your life forever. Think about it. Where you are today is the result of decisions you made in the past. If you want a different future, you need to start making different decisions. The decision to commit to your dreams, the decision to take action despite fear, the decision to let go of things that no longer serve you, the decision to believe in yourself, it's all up to you. The difference between those who live extraordinary lives and those who don't is simply the decisions they make. Extraordinary people don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect circumstances. They take action now. They decide to go after their dreams no matter how hard it gets. They decide to push through their fears, doubts, and failures. And that decision is the one that makes all the difference. I think of all the major shifts that have happened in your life. Maybe you decided to move to a new city, change careers, or start a new relationship. Those decisions didn't just happen on their own. They came from a moment where you decided to act, to take a step forward, even when it seemed uncertain or scary. So ask yourself, what decision have you been avoiding? What choice have you been postponing? What do you need to decide right now to move you toward the life you want? You don't need to know all the answers or have everything figured out. You just need to make that one decision. The decision to take the first step, to say yes to your dreams, to commit to your own growth. That's where it all begins. Remember, your life is shaped by the choices you make. So choose wisely, choose boldly, and choose with confidence. You are always one decision away from creating a completely different life. The time to make that decision is now. Your emotions are the results of your focus. Have you ever noticed how your emotions can shift in an instant, depending on what you focus on? One minute you're feeling on top of the world, and the next you're overwhelmed with stress or doubt. Here's the key: your emotions are not random. They are directly linked to what you focus on. If you focus on what's going wrong, on your fears or past failures, you will feel negativity, anxiety, and frustration. But if you shift your focus to what's going right, to what you're grateful for, to the opportunities in front of you, your emotions will shift to optimism, joy, and power. Think about it. Emotions are your body's way of responding to the pictures, thoughts, and meanings you create in your mind. If you focus on everything you don't have, everything you're afraid of, or everything that's going wrong, you will feel drained, anxious, or stuck. But if you decide to focus on your victories, the lessons you've learned, and the potential that lies ahead, you begin to feel empowered, hopeful, and capable. Focus is the most powerful tool you have in managing your emotional state. You might not always control what happens around you, but you always control where you direct your attention. You can choose to focus on solutions, gratitude, and progress, or you can focus on problems, limitations, and complaints. The good news is, you can train your mind to focus on the things that will empower you. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to change your emotional state. This is why gratitude is so powerful. When you focus on the things you are grateful for, it shifts your entire energy, helping you feel more positive and connected to what's good in your life. Next time you find yourself feeling stuck or down, ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now? Are you focusing on what you can't control or on what you can change? Are you focusing on the obstacles or are you focusing on the possibilities? Your emotions are simply a reflection of your focus. Shift it and you shift your experience. Remember, you are in charge of your emotions because you are in charge of your focus. And by choosing where to direct your attention, you unlock the power to create a positive emotional state anytime you need it. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions. Have you ever stopped to think about the questions you ask yourself every day? The quality of the questions you ask yourself determines the quality of the answers you get, and the answers you get shape the actions you take, which ultimately shape your life. If you want to improve your life, start by improving the questions you ask. Most people go through life asking disempowering questions like, why does this always happen to me? What's wrong with me? Why am I so unlucky? These questions focus on what's wrong, what's lacking, and what's difficult. And when you ask those kinds of questions, your brain will search for answers that validate them. You'll find evidence to support the belief that life is tough, that you're not good enough, or that things will never change. This keeps you stuck. But there's a powerful shift that can completely change your life. Start asking empowering questions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of asking, why am I always struggling? Ask, what can I do right now to move forward? Instead of focusing on problems, focus on solutions. When you ask better questions, you activate your brain to find better answers. Your mind is like a powerful search engine, and the questions you ask are the search terms. When you ask questions that empower you, your mind looks for resources, strategies, and opportunities that align with those empowering questions. It shifts your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance and possibility. Think about it. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and achievers in history didn't get to where they are by accepting the status quo. They were relentless in their pursuit of answers, asking questions like, how can we make this better? What's the next big opportunity? What's the solution, not the problem? And by asking the right questions, they were able to create breakthroughs, innovate, and transform their lives and the world around them. So let me ask you, what questions are you asking yourself right now? Are they helping you move forward, or are they keeping you stuck in doubt and frustration? Start asking better questions, questions that empower, uplift, and propel you toward the life you want. And remember, the quality of your life will be directly proportional to the quality of your questions. Ask the right questions, and you'll unlock the answers that lead to greatness. The biggest risk in life is not taking any risks. We live in a world that often encourages safety and comfort. We're told to avoid risks, to play it safe, to stick to what we know. But here's a hard truth. The biggest risk in life is not taking any risks at all. If you always stay in your comfort zone, you'll never grow, never experience the fullness of life, and never reach your true potential. Think about it. Every major breakthrough in history, every innovation, every success story came from someone who was willing to take a risk. They faced uncertainty, they pushed past fear, and they stepped into the unknown. They didn't let fear of failure or judgment stop them. They understood that true growth only happens when you push beyond what feels safe and familiar. Risk is not about being reckless. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone with purpose. It's about taking calculated risks that will move you closer to your goals, your dreams, and your vision for your life. Whether it's starting a new business, changing careers, speaking up for what you believe in, or going after a relationship you truly want, taking risks is what leads to reward. What's the worst thing that could happen if you take a risk? Failure? It's not the end, it's part of the journey. Every risk you take is a chance to learn, to grow, and to evolve. And even if things don't go exactly as planned, you'll gain wisdom and experience that will move you closer to your next success. Think about the risks you've already taken in your life. Maybe it was leaving a job you didn't love, traveling to a new place, or facing a fear that had been holding you back. What happened when you took that risk? Did you regret it? Or did you learn something valuable, something that pushed you to be a better, more confident version of yourself? The comfort zone is a prison that keeps you small. The more time you spend avoiding risks, the more you limit your own growth. You are meant to stretch, to expand, and to experience the limitless possibilities that come when you are willing to take risks. So ask yourself, what is the risk I am avoiding right now? What is that thing you know you should be doing but are hesitating to start? Step into that risk with courage. The rewards that come from taking risks are far greater than the regret of staying where you are. The risk you don't take is the one that could transform your life. Go for it. The world needs you to take that step. Success is a result of consistent, focused action. Success isn't about one big dramatic moment or overnight achievement. It's the result of daily, consistent, focused action. It's about showing up every single day and putting in the work, even when it feels difficult, even when the results don't show up right away. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Many people get excited at the idea of success, but they falter when it comes to the grind of consistent effort. They want results immediately, and when they don't see them, they get discouraged. But true success doesn't come from instant gratification. It comes from sticking to the plan, even when the journey feels long. Success requires you to build momentum step by step, habit by habit. It's about doing the little things day in and day out that add up over time. Think about athletes. They don't just show up for the game. They spend hours each day training, practicing, refining their skills. Success in life works the same way. It's about building a foundation of small, consistent actions that compound and lead to extraordinary results. The key to success is not being perfect, but being consistent. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, and even when others might give up. It's about creating positive habits and sticking to them, knowing that they are preparing you for something greater. Start with a vision. Then break it down into smaller, actionable steps. It doesn't matter how small they seem. What matters is that you are consistently taking action. Don't wait for the perfect moment to begin or for everything to align perfectly. Start where you are and keep moving forward. And think about it. If you commit to taking one step forward every day, even when it feels like nothing is changing, by the end of the year, you will have taken 365 steps toward your goal. That kind of steady progress is what leads to long-term success. So remember, success is built on consistent, focused action. It's the daily effort, the small habits, and the mindset that says, I will keep moving forward no matter what. Stay committed to the process, and the results will come. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your environment, the people you surround yourself with, plays a powerful role in shaping your life. The truth is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This means that the mindset, behaviors, and energy of the people around you directly impact your own life. If you want to change your life, change the people you spend your time with. Think about it. If you spend most of your time with people who are negative, who complain, or who hold you back, it's easy to start adopting those same attitudes and beliefs. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who inspire you, who push you to grow, and who challenge you to be your best, you'll naturally rise to meet those higher standards. The people you choose to spend time with either empower you or drain you. They influence your thoughts, your emotions, and the actions you take. If you want to elevate your life, seek out relationships with people who inspire, motivate, and challenge you. Surround yourself with those who are striving for more, who have a growth mindset, and who are constantly working on becoming better versions of themselves. And think about the people you spend the most time with right now. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Are they encouraging you to reach your goals, or are they unconsciously keeping you stuck in old patterns? The people around you should be your mirrors, reflecting the best version of yourself, inspiring you to grow and pushing you toward your dreams. Now, that doesn't mean you should abandon the people who need help or support, but you do need to recognize the importance of surrounding yourself with a strong, positive network. If you want to succeed, seek out mentors, friends, and colleagues who are on the same path or who have already achieved the things you're working toward. Your relationship should serve as a source of strength, motivation, and positive energy. So ask yourself, who am I spending my time with? Do these people inspire me, challenge me, help me grow? If not, it may be time to evaluate your circle and start seeking out people who will elevate you. Because the quality of your relationships will determine the quality of your life. Choose wisely. The power of gratitude is limitless. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion, it's a transformative force that can change your life in profound ways. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, from problems to possibilities, and from limitations to opportunities. The simple act of being grateful has the power to instantly change your perspective and, in turn, your life. When you make gratitude a daily practice, it's like flipping a switch in your mind. You begin to notice the good in your life instead of dwelling on the negative. Your energy shifts, your mood elevates, and your ability to find solutions grows. Gratitude has the power to rewire your brain to make you more resilient, more optimistic, and more open to receiving even more good things in your life. The key to unlocking the power of gratitude is to make it a habit. Start by taking a few moments every day to reflect on what you are grateful for. It could be as simple as being thankful for a roof over your head, a warm meal, or a supportive friend. As you practice gratitude, you'll begin to see that there is an abundance of things to appreciate in your life, no matter what your current circumstances may be. Here's the truth: you can't feel grateful and negative at the same time. Gratitude neutralizes negative emotions like fear, anger, and frustration. When you consciously choose to focus on what you're thankful for, you bring more positivity into your life. It's not about ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect, but about choosing to see the good even in difficult situations. Gratitude also has a ripple effect. It doesn't just impact your emotions, it affects your relationships, your health, and your success. When you express gratitude to others, you build stronger connections and create an environment of appreciation and respect. When you are grateful for your health, you treat your body with more care. And when you are grateful for your life, you attract more of the things you appreciate. Gratitude is a powerful tool for creating lasting change. It shifts your mindset, elevates your emotions, and empowers you to take action. No matter what your current circumstances are, you always have something to be thankful for. The more you practice gratitude, the more you invite abundance, joy, and fulfillment into your life. So take a moment right now. What are you grateful for today? Embrace it and watch how it transforms your life. Your identity creates your reality. The way you see yourself, the beliefs you hold about who you are, shapes every aspect of your life. Your identity is the lens through which you view the world, and it directly influences your actions, your decisions, and your experiences. If you identify as someone who is capable, confident, and worthy of success, you will take actions that align with that belief. On the other hand, if you identify as someone who is not good enough, not capable, or not deserving, your actions and decisions will reflect that self-image. Your identity is incredibly powerful because it determines your behaviors. If you believe you're a runner, you will take actions that support that identity, putting on your shoes, getting outside, and running. But if you identify as someone who's not athletic, you might avoid exercise altogether. The stories you tell yourself about who you are shape the way you show up in life. If you want to change your results, you have to change your identity. Instead of trying to change your behavior or habits directly, start by shifting the way you view yourself. For example, if you want to lose weight or get in shape, don't just focus on the goal of losing pounds. Focus on becoming the type of person who makes healthy choices, someone who enjoys moving their body, who values nutritious food, and who prioritizes their health. When you shift your identity, your behaviors will naturally follow. If you believe you're a successful entrepreneur, you will make decisions that align with that belief, taking risks, making bold moves, and staying committed to growth. If you see yourself as a confident speaker, you will embrace opportunities to speak in front of others and improve your communication skills. The good news is that you can change your identity at any moment. You are not stuck with the version of yourself you've been carrying around for years. You have the power to redefine who you are and start acting from that new identity. If you want to be a better partner, a successful entrepreneur, a confident leader, or a fit and healthy person, it all starts with believing that you are already that person at your core. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? What beliefs do I need to adopt in order to show up as that person every day? When you change your identity, you unlock the power to create the life you truly desire. You are not your past, you are the person you choose to become. Shift your identity and you'll shift your reality. Fear is the enemy of progress. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience, and often it's the force that holds us back from reaching our full potential. But here's the truth: fear isn't real. It's a story we tell ourselves. It's a projection of the worst-case scenario, often exaggerated and completely disconnected from the present moment. Fear is the enemy of progress because it stops you from taking action, from moving forward, and from stepping into your greatness. Think about the times in your life when you've been held back by fear. Maybe you were afraid of failure, of what others might think, or of not being good enough. These fears, while normal, have the power to paralyze you if you let them. But here's what most people don't realize: fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Fear can either hold you in place or propel you to take massive action. The choice is yours. The truth is, every time you face your fears, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling what's next. When you take that first step into the unknown, you begin to build the confidence and courage needed to tackle bigger challenges. Fear is not something to avoid, it's something to confront, learn from, and move through. The only way to grow is to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace uncertainty, and to take bold actions even when fear tries to hold you back. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of right now? Is it a fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Or fear of not being good enough? Once you recognize that fear for what it is, just a thought or feeling that doesn't define you, you can choose to take action in spite of it. Every time you choose action over fear, you break the grip it has on you and move closer to your goals. Remember, some of the greatest achievements in history were accomplished by those who were terrified yet decided to move forward anyway. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. When you face it, acknowledge it, and push through it, you unlock the power to achieve anything you desire. Progress is made when you choose courage over fear, when you take bold steps even when you don't have all the answers. The more you confront your fears, the more you will see that they were never as big as you thought. Keep moving forward, because on the other side of fear is the success, growth, and fulfillment you're searching for.